It's
Let's
loading.
take this, yeah, let's take this as an interactive session rather than just listening, okay?
Okay. Mm.
Okay. So is it fine now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. So like first thing what I'm telling you guys is these are the things what I'll be explaining you. Like from the scratch, I will tell you what are the software testing concepts and what are the terminologies that we use, and also how a real time project is carried out in the market. Like by showing an example of some applications, I'm going to tell you like how exactly the testing phase will be carried out, or how exactly the people in a company will be working in the software testing field, and what are the usages of the software testing, and also the different concepts where we have something called as bug tracking and test case preparation. So with all this I'll be helping you guys. Clear?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So, since we all are here for a software testing course, generally tell me what is this testing in a day-to-day life? What term comes to your mind? Like, what is testing in a general way?
To test like whatever the application is it working properly? Whatever
Mm-hmm.
the expected result is it equal? Like, is it similar or is it exactly same the actual result?
Okay, yeah, good. So that is somewhere where we are thinking about software testing, right? So in our day-to-day life, we go to market or we go to some supermarkets to buy a pen. We go to grocery shop to buy a pen. There, when we buy, we directly don't take it to home. We just check, right, whether that pen is writing properly or not, or is it okay, or it's broken. We check something, no, when we at least buy a pen. So when we are checking for each and everything, and when we are delivering a product to a customer, of course that has to be tested very well, correct? Else we may have many problem in that application. If you take a example of WhatsApp, we all know what is the intent for this WhatsApp. We have many features there, right? Like sending some messages, receiving some messages, and all. So that has to work properly. So we need to check if that is working properly or not. So if you see here, the definition for testing is make sure something works or not. Like you said, what is that program software? It is the program that enables the computer to perform the task. And when we combine these two things, software testing, we ensure that the software works properly or not, and it meets the customer requirement. So, do you understand what is customer requirement here? Guys, just a general term, customer requirement.
Yeah.
Yes.
What if yeah.
Yes. So I'll tell you what is customer requirement. Think you are coming to me and you are asking me that, see, Drisha, I want to develop a application just for a hotel field. And my requirement is that whenever I type chapati or roti, it should give me the recipe of the preparation for roti. So that is your requirement. So based on your requirement, what I do, I start developing the application. I ensure that your requirement has fulfilled here. Okay, when I click on chapati, the recipe of chapati is appearing. So the requirement is satisfied. So when we do software testing, we need to ensure that the customer requirements are met correctly. Okay, so you're clear on this software testing definition or the understanding for this software testing?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now let me know one thing. You have gone to a gross supermarket or stationery shop, and you have bought a pen, and you just checked it whether it is writing fine or not, and you observed the nib has broken a little. So so you will not buy that product, right? Same way in software, when you test the application, for example, our WhatsApp. So you're sending a message to your friend and you're not able to send it. That functionality is not working. The sending of messages part is not working. So if something is not working as per the requirement, excuse me, that is bug. Okay, so if you see here, it's an fault in the program that causes to produce unexpected result. Your expectation was to send the message, but you're not able to do that. Then you call it a software bug. Okay, in simple terms, we can also tell that it doesn't meet the customer requirement. Okay, so you got to know what is software bug.
Yep.
Okay, guys, super cool. Okay. So now, can you just tell in your terms like what you understood on software testing and software bug? Just in your term. I don't want the definitions and all. Just like what you
Yeah.
understood.
The developer has to develop a particular application depending on the customer requirement.
So now let's see, there are different levels of testing. Okay. So when you see this line levels of testing, we can compare somewhere to our home. So when we construct a home, what we do? Initially, we take the foundation. If foundation is proper, we go with the ground floor, then the first floor, right? So we have different levels of building something or checking something if that is working fine or not. So when we have the application with us, what we do is okay. So we are, like I told you, for the house example, the initial thing will be the foundation, and then we move with the ground floor part, and then we move with the first floor part, right? Different levels we will be build constructing and verifying. Okay, this part is fine. Okay, this part is fine. This part is fine. So level by level we will be checking it. When you come to software also, we have different levels of testing. One is unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. We have everyone with us. Okay. Okay, so now let's see what is this unit testing. Okay. Uh, if you can guys relate to the Gmail registration process or the functionality of complete overall functionality of an Gmail. Let's see what all we do as a new user. The first step we do in Gmail is registration, right? We go login, we take the Gmail page, we register it. So the first step is for registration. And once the registration is completed, what we do? We go to the login page. So this is my login page. And after logging in, what happens? I move to the home page of Gmail. Home page, I mean to say, where we will have this inbox, compose mail, and sent items. Correct? So when you are registering something, the first step is for registration. And if a developer is developing this one module, the single thing, we call it as module or component. Okay, or unit. In an application, one single thing is called as module or component or unit. If you take the example of WhatsApp, you have three sections there, like chats, status, call. So the just the chat is called as one module, and the status part is called as one module, and the calls part is called as one module. So you know what I am referring to the module, correct? So here in the registration page, if you are testing this individually, then it is called as unit testing. Okay, you are testing a component individually or separately is called as unit testing, where we are seeing this first part. So when we say integration testing, the general meaning of integration is linking, right? So after you register, what you do, you will enter your username and password, and it accepts, right? And once it accepts, you will be redirected to the home page. That means from this page you are having the link to the home page. Understood? So this linking between two modules or two components or two units is called as integration. And if you are ensuring that this link is working fine, then it is called as integration testing. Are you clear like what is unit testing and integration testing, or you want me to explain it again?
No, clear.
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay, so I repeat, unit testing is you will be testing the individual component. Integration testing means you will be testing the link between the two individual components. So can you give me example for integration testing in let's say Facebook? You upload a picture, right, in Facebook. So can you tell me where exactly you can link this integration part? Before that, I
API,
can give you. Yes, Reshma.
when you upload a picture, or
Hmm.
you can say if you are opening something different like someone else's page, there are
Hmm.
different APIs, right? So at that time, we can like if we are redirecting to different page, that's
Hmm.
that is something like we are accessing different API. So we can check
Okay.
it like if that API is working or not.
Yeah, correct. But just as a general term, like whatever you told is also correct. If I have to summarize the things what you have told, I have uploaded an image to Facebook, and if it's visible to all the users, somewhere in my profile, I have in my profile page or some personal settings we have, no, there I have uploaded, and if it is visible in the home page, that is where other users are able to see it, there somewhere linking is done. So testing that part is called as integration. Okay, like I have
Okay.
just summarized the things what you have told. Okay. Okay, guys, so we are clear what is unit testing, we are clear what is integration testing. Now let's see system testing. When you see that word system, it means that one complete thing, right? Before I spoke about one small modules, and I spoke about the link between two modules. Now I'm telling system. That means somewhere I'm referring to this complete thing. So again, when we take the example of registration or Gmail page, the first process is to register and then log in and then send and receive the messages, send receive message, and then you log out. If you are testing it separately, it is unit testing. If you are testing this link, it is integration testing. If you are starting from here, ending from here, if you are verifying the complete flow of an application, then it is called as system testing. I hope this is clear, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So next we have acceptance testing. What I mean by acceptance testing is, like I told you, you have come to me asking for mm, some requirement, that is your recipe for the breakfast. So I have developed it, I have done all my unit testing, I have done my integration testing, I have done my system testing. Later on, one particular day, I have to give you that product. You are my customer, I have to give you that product, no? So before I give, I should check, okay, whether my product is ready for release, or is it okay to give to the customers. Okay, so before that, what I do, I do some kind of final testing, acceptance testing, whether it is acceptable by the customers or not. So in that acceptance testing, we again have two parts. One which is done on the developers end, I mean to say, the one who is developing. It will include we also, it will include the testers also, the one who is doing the testing from the developers end. And from your customer end, you directly will not accept my product, right? I will come, for example, I'll tell, see Reshma, I've done my product, please take it. Directly you will not take. There will be some person from your end, maybe Padma, she'll come and she will check, okay, this recipe application is working fine, is it ready, we can take it. So testing this way to check whether my product is acceptable or not is called as acceptance testing. And this acceptance testing will be done both on this developer side as well as the customer side. Understood? So going forward, we'll see in detail what is the testing that is done in developers end known as, or what is the testing done in customer end known as. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so shall we summarize? Maybe Padma can take any two things to explain, and Reshma can take any two things to explain.
Okay, so basically, when uh, anything like any software is done developing, then we have to test it. There are different parts like unit testing, integration testing, then system testing, and acceptance testing. In unit testing, you have to test different models.
Mm-hmm.
And integration testing, you have to check if different modules are interacting with each other, like interacting properly within themselves.
Perfect,
Uh,
perfect.
yeah.
Yes. So now Reshma
Um,
just answered me, no? So Padma can continue.
yeah, so once you checked whether the module between two different modules is integrated, then you have to do the testing for the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're bug free with that, then the acceptance testing comes. That is to make sure it runs bug free on the developer side, and also the same thing will be done on the customer side. Then the product is delivered.
Perfect, perfect. So yeah. So, like going forward, we'll see there are different types in this integration testing, acceptance testing, and all. In our coming classes, we'll see what all it is. Okay. So, if you are familiar with the terminologies, then trust me, it is going to be very easy peasy things. Like somewhere testing happens something like our day to day life activities only. Okay, so today
Mm.
we'll see one more last topic. Yes, anybody
Diksha,
has any questions? Yeah.
Time works me.
Okay. So I'll tell you the overall on this requirement or software testing life cycle,
Okay.
like how exactly this works here.
Mhm.
And yeah, let's take the example what I told you already. This chapati or the recipe application, right? In that
Mhm.
application, what was the first thing that I told you? The customers will come to us and they will be
Mhm.
giving us the requirement. Okay,
Yep.
so
Mhm.
just consider two parts here. One is the client part, another one is the developers part or the company. Okay, so when you
Okay.
see requirement analysis, few people or few persons from company will go to the client place to check what is the requirement. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm from the company Drishya. I'll come to Padma, who is my client. I'll come to you and I'll check what are your requirements. So you will tell me the requirements, and what I do, the first phase will be I'll analyze the requirements. We all will sit together and we will analyze the requirements, and after analysis what we do the planning sessions. Like, okay, so recipe is her application, so we require this much day for my development part, we require this much day for our testing part. All sorts of planning we do in this planning session. And after this planning is completed, we do have something called as test case development, test environment setup, test case execution. Maybe we can go in further, like what are this test case development and all. Now, as a small overview, uh, when you send, as I told you, you will buy a pen, right? So you know what all you need to check. Your basic requirements is you will check whether your pen, you are able to write the pen with the pen properly or not. Is it broken or is it perfect? So you have some set of things for verifying, right? If you document all that, that is called as test case development. You will document what all you are going to test. And test environment setup is somewhere you will create a mock environment, or that before giving to the customers you will be preparing some mock environments, some dummy place where you can actually test it. That is called as test environment setup. And test execution, like you have documented here, right? Whether just verify your pen is writing properly or not, verify the if the pen is broken. So you have documented. When you start checking it, actually that is called as test case execution. And once you have tested everything and your product is bug free, you can close your testing. That is test closure. So you're clear on the overview, like what, how exactly this life cycle goes on.
Yes. Could you please explain again about the mark? So it's just a
Mock.
name given while testing the application?
Uh, this mock I just told in my terminology. So when I told you this mock is when we came into this phase, test environment setup phase, right? Okay. So if have to explain you that test environment, then you just think about this pen manufacturing company. Okay, some pen manufacturing company is there, and once they prepare it, directly they don't give to the customers. They will be testing from their end. In their
Yeah.
end, they will be testing. So here, I think you're getting some sound from my side.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
here, if you're testing here in some dummy side, it's you are not the real customers. Here there will be the person who acts as the customer, and he will check it whether this is working fine or not. So this place is called as test environment.
Oh, okay.
Same way, if we have a WhatsApp application, when developers are developing it, he will develop it in his own system, right? In his laptop, he will develop. So that is called as local. He
Okay.
will, there will be a system which is accessible to 4 5 people, tester
Hmm.
one or manager or another developers. There will be a system who will have access to all the people. That is called as server.
Okay.
Okay, so when he develops the WhatsApp application in his system, it is in his local. When he move that WhatsApp application to this server, which is accessible to other few other people, it is called as test environment. So being a tester, he can test it in this place. So this is something test environment for us. And after doing several tests in different environments, finally he will give to the customers.
Okay.
Okay, so this is
Okay.
test environment. Where I meant mock is this dummy place where we do the
Okay.
testing.
Okay. That
Okay.
is the for the final approval, just to check.
Just to check. It
Okay.
doesn't mean that you will do only one round of testing. There will be
Uh,
multiple testing, same testing done multiple times.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So we are done for the demo class.